everybody. Victor Brooks to the Victor Brooks Show, Instagram, Indie Fam Series. Thank you all once again for taking your time to come on here live. Y'all come on in here. We had an incredible show this morning, as you know. Well, not this morning, just a little while ago. Hello, M Spies. How are you? Baby sis, Julie Mack. What's going on, girl? Love you, girl. Love you, love you. Cousin Jeremy Winston Corral. Much love and much respect, man. Thank you all for joining today. We as you know, we started this format, Instagram Indie Fam Series, our larger audience. We thank you all so much who watch on the recorded during the week and at your leisure, and those who are able to join on Sundays, we thank you for that as well. Join live. Sunday's our day to just kick back. But the reception we've been getting has been incredible. Our list now of official Indie Fam members is well over 1,800 artists globally. And man, much respect. I mean, we're putting together the calendars as we speak, and the type of artistry, the vastness of artistry that is there for us has just been incredible. Johnny Willis, what's going on? Chi-Town's finest. Chi-Town's finest. Leandro Garini, 5. Thank you, Leandro, for joining us. Thank you so much, y'all. Today's guest is just, an incredible musician. Once again, that I have had the opportunity to be introduced here on Instagram. Birsha Chatterjee is going to join us live from Harlem, New York today. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you I have respect for artistry, period, all artists, period, your format, your delivery, what your expression is, deserve. Once I see that our brother Birsha is on the live here, if you can hear me, brother Birsha, go to, because I saw you come in on the live video call. You see my icon there, and brother, I'm learning this as well. Go to my page, you'll see that we're live, and once I see that you're on the lineup here, then I'll click and have you join us for the conversation, man. And you may even already be here on the line, on the list, on the lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, keep coming on in here. Morgan, thank you. Oh, Morgan, Bill Morgan, what's happening, man? Candace Woodson, how are you, sister? One of our OG Positivity Posse Indie Fam members who's doing her big thing. Follow Candace Woodson, ladies and gentlemen, doing her thing in the UK and worldwide. Follow these pages of the artists. Support that independent artistry. Artistry itself, it's medicine for the world. It's what we do, artists, and it's something that I have always believed and will always believe, that no matter what your expression of artistry is, it's medicine for the world. Please, I'm going to give shout outs. You know how I do. Other artists that are on this lineup, Jeremy Winston Corral. Follow Jeremy Winston Corral, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy Winston has been giving the world, talking about that artistry for the world, that medicine for the world, taking his artistry, as a professor, as an arranger, as a composer, and giving it the education to the young people in our universities and our colleges here, and then taking them abroad to expound that artistry to the world, Prague, just everywhere. Much love and much respect to Jeremy Winston, my family that I'm so beaming proud of. And follow Jeremy's page. Keep abreast of what's going on with Jeremy. My baby sister, Julie McKnight, much love and much respect, baby sis, just doing her thing with artistry. One of the queens of house dance music internationally. Her anthems, Finally, and Diamond Life, and on, giving the world world, this is who we are, artists. This is what we do, you know. We and proud to once again bring on today, straight from Harlem, New York, a gentleman that as I've been going through his page and researching more of Birsha Chatterjee, let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, if you, I'm going to just say this, follow his page. Go to his YouTube channel, which is Birsha Chatterjee Music on YouTube, the YouTube channel, Birsha Chatterjee YouTube channel. The IG page right here at Birsha Chatterjee, Chatterjee, right here on Instagram. We're talking a gentleman that's from Oberlin Conservatory of Music at 2019 and then on to the Juilliard School of Music in 2021. Musician personified. I can't wait. Oh, I see here he's waiting there, and we're going to bring him in right now. Start this conversation, y'all, and get it going on, okay? And one your time on Sunday to come and join us to talk of this artistry and this journey of the artists that take their time. Hello, how are you, Brother Birsha?
Hey, Victor, thanks so much for having me on, man.
Man, let me tell you, thank you, man, for taking your time to come on here. And like I mentioned to everybody, this is where we get to know the artist and their journey, man. We get to know what feeds your passion as an artist, what it is about artistry that gives you what you need, brother, and then learn about you. So thank you.
Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate
And you know, I got to tell you, man, since I started, when I put your first promo up, the messages that I started receiving, man, and the feedback, even the phone calls that I started getting, the respect is huge, brother. I want to know, where did it start artistically for you? Where did you first tag into that artistry of Birsha Chatterjee?
Yeah, so it happened pretty young in my life. I really have to give credit to my mom. My mother is an actress. She's a performer, but my family was always into the arts. And I know, you know, families have the stereotype of, like either doctor or lawyer or engineer.
Okay.
That. But, my parents were very open-minded. And like the age of 3 or 4, actually, this instrument right here, my mom enrolled me in tabla classes, which is the Indian drum. There's a second drum sitting over there, but I was in Indian drum classes from the age of 4, and then in elementary school, so obviously that taught me a lot of things about discipline, about practice, delayed gratification, and the process of working through something, the relationship you form with a mentor, that deep relationship that goes past notes and rhythms into like humanity. And then I got really into the clarinet, and then I switched to saxophone in middle school in the jazz band. And then there was this organization in the town that I was from, Montclair, New Jersey, called Jazz House Kids. It's like an elite premier jazz education program, and I was able to do that all throughout middle school and high school. And then, I went to Oberlin and really fell in love with jazz, the freedom it allowed me to express myself in the truest way and find my voice. And then I was lucky enough to continue on to Juilliard under Wynton Marsalis. And that was an amazing experience navigating the pandemic. And here I am today.
Come on, man. Right there. Much respect, brother. Much respect, man. I mean, the way that you condensed your whole journey and then brought it down to us, man, about the I have a feeling that you have a mission with your artistry, is what I'm feeling and hearing from you, man. And what would you say that is, Birsha?
Yeah, so it really relates to my or goes back to my Indian classical music roots, and something that I always thought was so hauntingly beautiful about that art form was that a specific song or a raga, a scale, a set of notes. A raga is hard to define, but for now, for technical reasons, we can describe it as kind of a scale, a more intricate scale. But the musician is supposed to have so much mastery over their instrument that a certain raga is tied to a certain emotion or feeling. And the goal is to be able to get your artistry to a point where there is no barrier between you and your instrument. That is you, and you can make people feel emotions and make them have certain thoughts. And the biggest thing is, when I play, how can I be useful to society? And if I can express through my art something that plants a seed of a thought in their head, or allows them to escape from some struggles that they've been going through, and then that seed of an idea grows into an action that they can do for someone else, all in service of each other, of our planet, of other animals, of other humans. That's really my goal, just to be a force for good in this universe, and use music. And music is such a powerful thing. I still feel like science doesn't really know everything about music,
Yes.
And it's almost like magic to me, and to harness power for good is really what I try to do.
Oh, Birsha, let me tell you something, brother. At 57 years old and realizing my artistry, wow, I'm over 40-something years ago, you give me hope as a dinosaur musician or dinosaur artist for the future of artistry and the future of the mission of artistry. And when I watch you play, and like I say, music, for those of us that can hear, of course I can hear your music. We hear when you play. But when I watch you play, there is how can I describe it? My brother and I were talking. We were watching one of your live clips together. And we were like, there's a sense of independency. Is that the word? It's a sense of knowing that we were getting from your delivery, that you were giving. Also, in that knowing, it was a sense of, I want you all to know something too. Not necessarily about Birsha, but while I'm playing, I want you all hopefully to know something that I want to give you right now. Am I off on that of what we were feeling when we were watching you, man?
Not at all. I think a good word that, popped into my head when you were talking about that is just like, it's just a humble offering. That's what I try to do when I play. And, my greatest inspiration artistically, and also just from a humanitarian standpoint, is John Coltrane. And, when John Coltrane played, it always seemed like he's giving himself up almost, to be a vessel for something greater, shine through. And, it's going to be a lifelong journey, but, I always try to offer everything I have to the audience.
Gotcha.
And, whether I'm playing for some elementary school kids or two people, if I can just impact one person in that audience,
Come on.
That's it.
You know what, man? The saxophone goes deep with me, brother, because my grandfather, his name was Norris Turney. And Norris replaced Johnny Hodges in Ellington's band.
Right.
As a matter of fact, my grandfather was a protege of Hodges. So when Hodges passed away, of course, it was like, take this, So the saxophone goes deep with the history and what I was able to learn from him about, I don't play saxophone, but learning about the instrument and jazz itself, And it seems that the story behind jazz, how the public perceives jazz, is there something that you believe the public may be missing about what jazz and the importance of jazz can give us? Was that like a too general of a thing? But that's I didn't want to condense it. That maybe that there's something about the importance of jazz, the beauty of jazz, what jazz brings to society, to the heart, to a person. Is there something that you feel may be taken for granted by pockets of society, or not respected, of what jazz can actually, the power of jazz?
Oh, absolutely. I think this issue comes from our education system of not being properly educated it's not a coincidence. We walk into a classroom, like a music classroom. Just the other day, I was teaching at some school, and I just see posters of all these white men, musicians, taking any or artistry or anything, all Beethoven, Bach, and Brahms, Ravel. They're all great, and I listen to them. But
I got you.
That's just a fraction of what it is, and they're all European. And the word jazz is kind of it's a loaded one. And it always really has been. But I really think it's America's classical music. Europe has its classical music. India has classical music. Classical music is a huge thing, and I think it personifies to me what this country is supposed to be and the beauty of this country. There's a lot of things wrong with this country, but in one of the nation's darkest times, and when this music was conceived through the blues and feeling, and I just feel like it's honestly something that should be taught in American history class, because there's so many lessons you can learn from the music about democracy and about freedom and about respecting others and being an empathetic person, being an empathetic listener, that are embedded within this music, that are certain tenets of this music. I just really wish, the American public would know that more. And I also think people think jazz is a very limited thing, whereas it's actually a huge music. And I think, when people go out who haven't really listened to much jazz and they experience some real jazz, feel it, I could see it in their eyes.
That's right.
I realized this was such a, almost visceral music like that, like where music can overtake me and kind of transport me to a different place.
Birsha, man, much respect, brother. Much respect. Not just in that. This is why I love Indie Fam and Positivity Posse. This is, as you all know, this is why we do this show, right? That we can bring on artists such as our new Indie Fam brother, Birsha Chatterjee, and get to know the artist and what fuels the artist and their artistry. When we're scrolling through, y'all, and like I was scrolling through and I heard these riffs and I heard this coming through and I heard that saxophone, I had to come back. And it was the page of Birsha Chatterjee. And then once I started following Birsha Chatterjee, I started realizing more of the depth of this artist, Indie Fam and Positivity Posse. If something feeds your soul, follow that page. Download that song. Hey, if they're playing live, go ahead and get that 2-drink minimum and pay that ticket and get fed face to face. This is what we do, y'all. We're artists. And even those of you who are viewers, who are watching, even our larger audience that watches on the recorded, thank you for taking your time. And those who can watch live, thank you. But come on and get some of this on you, y'all. Brother Birsha, do you have something you can feed us with today, brother? I see you got your axe with you.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
I think I think the truest and most honest thing I can do right now is to just kind of express how I'm feeling today, right now. Sunday. So let me also try to figure out what I'm gonna play. So like, how am I feeling? I feel like we don't ask ourselves that question too often. It's about to be the beginning of a new week. I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling hopeful. It's hot, so maybe tiredness from the heat will be what I'm trying to express. But overall feelings, so I hope you all enjoy. Let's just get a real sound check first. Okay.
I'm sorry, brother. I had to reel back in. You took us there, Birsha. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic, man. You play with your soul, brother. You play with your soul. And then getting to know you from our conversation, man, and then hearing you play, you about it. You're about what you feel, man. And after you play something, what feeds you after you play it?
It's an interesting question. A couple of things. I feel like when I play sometimes, and it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes when I play, I can get to that point of what in Buddhism they call no mind,
Okay.
where there's no thoughts roaming uncontrollably. My sense of time is kind of suspended,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just so utterly in the present moment. And that feeling is kind of addicting, and it's something that I'm trying to train through meditation. So that experience of performing and getting that experience is obviously something that I really enjoy. But performing really is a commune between it's a two-way thing between you know the band and the musicians and the audience. And if that relationship isn't strong, then I
Yeah.
don't think performance is ever as satisfying. But we're all here. We're spending time together. We I don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. So if we're here, like let's be here for real for together. Um,
Exactly.
and if I always love when people after shows come up and just express how happy the music made them feel. And when I hear stories like that, that's really what it's about to me. It's I feel like for a long time when I was younger, I wanted the music to give to me. I
Mhm.
bored, I wanted to go to a certain school, or I wanted the first chair, I wanted the solo.
Yeah.
And then it came to a point where it was like I felt like it was a relationship between me and the music.
Yeah.
And I'm not really being a good partner because I'm just trying to take from this. I just want, what can the music give me? What can the music do for me? And now I'm just shifting my focus. The music has already given me everything that I could ever ask for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's like, well, how can I give back to the music? How can I use this for a force of good and to give back to humanity? Because I really do feel like I'm already blessed. And it was actually something Sonny Rollins told us in Oberlin. I was a part of the Sonny Rollins jazz ensemble where we would get mentored by phone, and an experience I'll never forget. And I went in thinking I had this whole list of questions I was going to ask him about his composition and his rhythm and his compositions. And then the conversation ended up not being about music at all. And he was just saying, you guys have it. You guys have the gift. You're blessed. Don't worry about that. Like, worry about back. You have
Yeah.
the gift. So many people who aren't as blessed, who aren't fortunate, or to be born in a certain place in the world, or to be born with a certain set of parents, or whatever.
Yeah.
And whether that's through teaching, going out to remote areas and working with students from lower incomes, or playing in a concert hall and making one person's day a little bit better. All of those ways are some of the most rewarding, have been some of the most rewarding experiences in my life.
Come on, brother. Come on. Giving back. Giving back. And also what you just said, you went knee deep again, brother. You said, what can I give back to the music? That right there, that's heavy. Even for a lot of musicians, a lot of us, a lot of artists, that's something that's another, you fed me with that. Thank you for that, man. What do we give back to the music? What do we give back to the artistry? To that hub of artistry that we each have of ourselves. When we give it out, what do we do to give back to it, to replenish it, to give back? That's out of sight, brother. Out of sight. Are you recording? Do you have things we can download? Please, what are we, you know, We want to follow. We want to support. We want to know more about how we can take that Birsha Chatterjee-ness with us and keep it with us, man.
Thank you, Victor. Yes. Yeah. Now, you know, most of our stuff is on YouTube, and we're still posting some more stuff. You know, my Instagram is a great hub just to, you know, aside from like final finished products, but I post snippets of my gigs and stuff like that, and different stuff I'm working on. So Instagram is a real good way to connect with me personally and see more of the intricacies of what we do. But YouTube definitely, but we're really getting ready to record in the new year. So I'm aiming for like January, February recording date. You know, I really wanted, so I formed this band when in my last year of my master's in New York, and I really wanted to make sure that we had some playing experience and build certain band chemistry and camaraderie also in the band, and making sure everyone's, of course, on the same page musically, but also people need to get where I'm coming from with the music and what I want to put out there in the world. And just having several gigs for the last year, really building that relationship, I think has been super important. So a lot of people have been saying like, man, record, release an album. And I'm just been like, I will. But if I'm going to do it, I need to make sure it's right. The band, I'm really happy with the personnel and, you know, where we're at right now. So just really looking forward to that time in the new year to get in the studio.
Out of sight. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard YouTube channel, Birsha Chatterjee Music on YouTube. IG here at Instagram, at Birsha Chatterjee, right here on Instagram. He's formed his posse of fellow artists that are now going to record, as we just heard, y'all. And I'm pretty sure the live performances, you're in Harlem, one of the home bases of jazz itself and artistry and music. Are you performing live? Can we come and see here? You know, what's happening on that end, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, this one performance I'm really excited about that I'll definitely plug right now is a partnership with Jazz at Lincoln Center, and they're running a series called Jazz in Times Square. And the reason it's a free performance, and you know, I kind of hate how inaccessible our music has become to people. So any type of performance I want to reach as many people. And so it's on August 11th at 5 p.m. We'll be playing with my band, and we'll be playing some original compositions. Anyone in the area, please feel free to come out. It should be a gorgeous day. You know, bring some food, have a picnic, whatever, bring some family.
That's right. What's the location again? Where is this at the?
It's in the heart of Times Square by the TKTS booth.
All right. Hey, New York Indie Fam, Positivity Posse, New York City, August 11th, 5 p.m. Go check it out. Continue to get fed of Birsha and the music the artistry that'll definitely be there. Brother, we are here to whatever you're doing, whenever something's coming out, we would be honored to support that. Post it, blast it, whatever it is, man. We want to be a part of your journey as an artist and what you're giving to the world, man. Please keep us posted, brother. Please.
I will.
All right, man. Thank you for your time today, man.
Thank you.
Peace and blessings to you and your family, brother. Bye-bye. All right. Oh, man. Everybody, Indie Fam, Positivity Posse. Yes, for those who were able to watch live, thank you all so much for taking your time. And for our larger audience, if you're watching now on the recorded, well, not now, but after the recorded, our larger audience, you can always find every single previous episode right here on the Instagram, Victor Brooks Show, Instagram, Indie Fan page. Birsha Chatterjee, Harlem, New York. Fed us some jewels today, y'all. That was our second artist today. And yes, again, we hope through this format, through the conversations that you find your next favorite artist, or you find an artistry that feeds your soul. And if you do, the only thing we ask, support that artist and their artistry. Download that music, buy that photography, purchase that book, because we're going to have writers, poets, artistry itself. And thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hey, we got another show for y'all in about 20 minutes. We added another one today. But Birsha Chatterjee, thank you again, and thank you all again. And like I always say, every Sunday at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock p.m., sometimes 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time in the U.S., come get some of that positivity on you. Take a bath in it, take a shower in it, scuba dive in it, skinny dip in it if you want to. Just jump in that pool of positivity, and when you come out, sprinkle it on as many people as you can, because that's what it's all about. And we'll see you next time on the Victor Brooks Show Indie Fam Series right here on Instagram. Much love, y'all.